Escócia, parte do Reino Unido, 5 milhões e 500 mil habitantes, onde vivem cerca de 10 mil brasileiros. E agora, o hino mais bonito do mundo, o hino nacional brasileiro. Antes da bola rolar, aí o cumprimento dos jogadores com a equipe de arbitragem, um rápido intervalo em 30 segundos, as escalações e a bola rolando. Copa do Mundo na Globo, a gente joga junto.
Para vencer, mantenha a cabeça fresca. Use Clear Man.
E 65 mil pessoas para acompanhar esse jogo que decide o futuro de brasileiros e escoceses na Copa do Mundo. Os escoceses confiantes numa vitória, confiantes numa classificação pela primeira vez, passando para o mata-mata de uma Copa do Mundo. A seleção da Escócia precisa do resultado aqui diante do Brasil. A equipe de arbitragem vai ser liderada por um mexicano, César Ramos, 42 anos de idade, árbitro da FIFA desde 2014, auxiliado por Alberto Morim, Marco Bisguerra, seus compatriotas, por Espenescas, é o quarto árbitro, ele foi o árbitro principal do jogo do Brasil contra o Haiti. Jan Erik Engan, também da Noruega, é o árbitro reserva. O César Ramos está na terceira Copa do Mundo, em 2022 ele apitou a semifinal entre França e Marrocos, está cotado para apitar a decisão deste Mundial. Guilherme Pacheco do México, Abdullah Al-Sherri e Tomasz Kwiatkowski da Polônia são o trio da arbitragem de vídeo. E nós vamos confirmar as escalações, começando pela Escócia, que é a mandante do jogo de hoje aqui em Miami. Número Angus Gunn, camisa número 1. A linha de defesa tem Robertson 3, Henry, número 13, McKenna 26 e Patterson 22. No meio campo, os volantes são John McGinn, número 7, e Lewis Ferguson, 19. Uma linha de 3 à frente com McLean, 23. McTominay, craque do time, número 4. E o Gannett Pope, camisa número 17. Shankland é o atacante, camisa de número 20 no 4-2-3-1. Esse é o time da Escócia do Steve Clarke, com jogadores à esquerda do vídeo, à disposição do banco de reservas. Agora vamos de Brasil, com Madison no número 1. A linha de defesa tem Douglas Santos, 16. Gabriel Magalhães, número 3. Marquinhos, o capitão 4. E Danilo, número 13. O meio campo, Lucas Paquetá, 20. Casemiro 5, mais centralizado no Bruno Guimarães. Número 8, o trio de ataque é formado por Vinícius Júnior 7, Matheus Cunha, número 9, e hoje substituindo Rafinha, Ryan, camisa de número 26. Esse é o 4-3-3 do Carlo Ancelotti, com jogadores à esquerda do vídeo à disposição do Rodrigues e a sessão do Rafinha, que está nos olhos. É o momento da definição, é a hora de confirmar vaga na próxima fase e de desenhar o futuro. Um jogo com cara de decisão, porque aponta os caminhos, aponta os próximos passos. E a gente espera que seja também um jogo de evolução da seleção brasileira, para que o Brasil siga crescendo na Copa do Mundo, siga melhorando o futebol apresentado. Milhões e milhões de brasileiros ligados em todo o país na tela da Globo, em casa na frente da TV, ou pelas ruas do Brasil com toda a galera, vivendo mais um momento especial, mais um jogo do Brasil em Copa do Mundo. A gente sempre lembra com quem vive esses momentos, e você vive esses momentos com a gente aqui na tela da Globo. Com a saída da Escócia, a bola tá rolando, vamos juntos para Brasil e Escócia. Último compromisso da seleção brasileira na primeira fase da Copa do Mundo. O corte de cabeça lá em cima, a bola já vai sobrar para o Lucas Paquetá. Tenta sair o Brasil, primeiro contato com o Vinícius Júnior aqui pela esquerda. Ele vai pela beiradinha do campo com 2 na marcação. Acontece o desarme. E já ficou no chão o jogador brasileiro, o Lucas Paquetá. Com menos de 30 segundos. Paquetá está no chão. E a preocupação ali com a camisa 20 do Brasil. Tentando de uma cotovelada, de uma pancada no rosto do Lucas Paquetá. Quando vai lá, claro que o VAR, né? O VAR tem as imagens. Vamos rever a situação aqui, ó. Tem um braço direito ali, um cotovelo do Ferguson. Mas o jogo já foi reiniciado, inclusive, aqui na Flórida. Gritos de Brasil, Brasil, Brasil. Paquetá acabou ficando sem a bola. A seleção da Escócia sai para o contra-ataque. Maguire toca na esquerda para o Robertson. Ele tenta atravessar, Gabriel Magalhães corta na primeira bola, ela volta para o Maguire. Casemiro no combate, consegue atrasar a vida escocesa. Robertson. A bola passou pelo Ferguson, chega na esquerda para o Robertson, faz um cruzamento, seria na direção do McTominay, quarta defesa brasileira. Depois temos um choque, o árbitro para marcar a posse de bola da seleção da Escócia. Tá parando o jogo aí. E já muito trabalho para os juízes nesses primeiros instantes, a trombada aí do Ryan com o Ferguson. Muito obrigado a você de todo o Brasil que está ligado, que está ligado na tela da Globo desde cedo, desde as 15 para as 5 da tarde. Aí David Beckham no detalhe, mandando aquela vinhota, né?
Aí sim, mestre.
Com estilo.
Tomando um vinho, homem.
Não tem nada de inglês, toma chá, nada disso.
Patterson fez o lançamento, a bola escorada. A sobra vai ser do Brasil. Bruno Guimarães sai com o Casemiro. Aí pro Ryan. Vai tentar girar em cima da marcação. Reclama que foi puxado. 4 manda seguir. O Brasil fica com a bola. Bola tocada pro Lucas Paquetá. Já disparou o Vinícius Júnior aqui pela esquerda. Antes tem a passagem do Douglas Santos. Matheus Cunha vai lá pro comando. Bola tocada pro Lucas Paquetá. De calcanhar, tentou a devolução pro Vini. No bate-rebate, a bola fica para a defesa escocesa. McTominay. Aí gira o Henry. Volta pro goleiro Gunn. Está jogando pela esquerda com o Robertson. Adianta pro Maguire. Primeiros 3 minutos de jogo, 0 para o Brasil, 0 para a Escócia. Aqui em Miami, você acompanhando ao vivo na tela da Globo o último jogo da seleção brasileira da primeira fase da Copa do Mundo. O torcedor escocês está ensaiando um olé, ó. A Escócia tocando a bola. Escute aí. Henry. Aí se manda para o ataque o zagueiro escocês. McTominay fez o toque. Recomeça Patterson. McLean. Jogador canhoto, atua no Norwich City, na Inglaterra. A bola passou pelo McKenna e chegou para o Robertson, e o torcedor escocês tirando onda. Henry. McTominay. Patterson. Escutaria bem a jogada aí para o Ferguson. Tem espaço para caminhar. Robertson. Toca a bola a seleção da Escócia. Conseguiu o primeiro corte ali o Casimiro. Ferguson. Voltando para o McKenna. O torcedor escocês é em menor número, mas está bem barulhento. Bem barulhento nesse início de jogo. Tentando equilibrar o duelo das arquibancadas. Olha o passe errado, a bola vai ficar de graça para o Brasil. Bruno Guimarães, acelera Bruno, capricha Brasil. Se manda com a bola pela direita, tentou atravessar para o Vini. Mergulha para ficar com ela o goleiro Gano. Erro de passe da Escócia, gerando a primeira oportunidade para a seleção brasileira aqui em Miami. Aí o McTominay. Fez uma temporada espetacular no Napoli. A gente até conversava fora do ar aqui, né, mestre? Se ele jogar hoje o que jogou na temporada do Napoli, o Brasil pode ter problemas.
Esse é um jogador que você precisa ter uma atenção muito grande. Não pode dar espaço para ele pensar. Habilidoso, inteligente, criativo.
Aí o Ryan. Matheus Cunha. O Brasil recomeça com o Danilo. Daí para Marquinhos. Passamos dos 5 minutos. 5 minutos do primeiro tempo. Você ligada na Globo em todo o Brasil, curtindo as emoções de Brasil e Escócia. Vamos ficar de olho também no duelo entre Marrocos e Haiti. Vamos atualizando para você a situação do grupo. O Brasil, por enquanto, passando na primeira posição, que significa jogar na segunda-feira, 2 da tarde, em Houston, contra o segundo colocado do grupo, que tem Holanda, Japão e Suécia. Gabriel Magalhães. Aí Marquinhos. Ryan. Danilo. Seleção escocesa da liberdade para o Brasil tocar a bola no campo de defesa. Vai avançando aí o Gabriel Magalhães. Este é Casimiro. Se mexeu o Bruno Guimarães, ele preferiu voltar para o Gabriel Magalhães. Agora na esquerda para o Douglas Santos. Encostou por ali o Lucas Paquetá. De novo Douglas. Magalhães. Paquetá. Faz o lançamento na direção do Douglas Santos. Explorou para o Vini. Paquetá se projeta por dentro. Vini levanta a cabeça, busca a inversão. Vem de trás o Casimiro. Carregou, disparou. O chute foi bloqueado. Aí vem contra-ataque da seleção escocesa agora com o McTominay. Está trabalhando com o Gavin Doak. Jogador jovem que atua no Bournemouth. É companheiro de equipe, inclusive, do Ryan.
Agora, o começo desse jogo dá para perceber. As duas equipes se defendem igual quando está sem a bola. Nas duas linhas de quadro, os jogadores um pouquinho mais avançados, mas as duas equipes tentando ter a bola, né? Ter a posse de bola, tentando controlar o jogo. Jogo bem estudado pelas duas equipes nesse começo.
Você viu ali a classificação atualizada, com o Brasil passando primeiro. Marrocos passando segundo. O melhor ataque é a marcação. E foi a marcação brasileira que fez esse gol para o Brasil. O Brasil adianta as peças. Raiou a perna, toca na bola. Vini lá atrás da linha da bola. Nenhum problema. Daí a categoria, a frieza, a tranquilidade para tirar do gol. E só rolar para o fundo do gol. É gol brasileiro em Miami. É gol de Vinícius Júnior. O cara do Brasil na Copa. Para Vini. Para cima deles, Vini. Foi Brasil. Para o Brasil. 0 para a Escócia, Maestro Júnior.
Eu acho que talvez o fato desse senso de marcação do Ryan pode ter dado também, né? Ter influenciado no aproveitamento dele como titular, porque é realmente um jogador que tem uma percepção grande quando o adversário está com a bola e demonstrou mais uma vez. Importante você sair na frente para dar tranquilidade, confiança, para seguir melhorando no jogo.
E tem uma leitura interessante, né, Maia? Que ele corta a linha de passe para o lateral, que é a primeira obrigação dele, vai diminuindo o espaço do zagueiro e acaba interceptando. E aí o Vini ficou nervoso, né?
Demais.
Que nervosismo para fazer o gol, Vini Júnior.
E o torcedor brasileiro solta a voz aqui em Miami. Você ouve aí, a Globo coloca você dentro do campo.
TV.
Fala, Gil.
E o Vini com essa camisa 7 que foi do Jairzinho, por enquanto fazendo gol em todos os jogos da Copa, né? Terceiro gol em 3 jogos. E ele assume a artilharia da era Ancelotti. É o 6º gol do Vini sob o comando do Ancelotti, o jogador que mais marcou gols no comando do italiano. Ele é também o artilheiro do Brasil na era pós-Catar, né? No ciclo pós-Copa do Catar, o 10º gol do Vini do fim da Copa de 22 até aqui.
E o Jairzinho, mencionado por você, até hoje, o único jogador a fazer gols em todos os jogos de uma mesma Copa do Mundo. Fez 7 em 6 partidas na campanha do Tri em 1970. Cristiane Roseira, mina do céu. O Brasil começa com voadora do lustre aqui em Miami, Cris.
Foi como a gente comentou ali no início, antes da transmissão, fazer gol aos 15 primeiros minutos é importantíssimo pra gente já começar com a moral lá em cima. Pressionou o zagueiro deu mole ali, acabou adiantando a bola no pé do Ryan. E o Vini, com todo o nervosismo do mundo, fez esse gol aí pra nossa seleção.
E o Lucas Pinheiro Brata, hein, nosso medalha de ouro, nosso campeão olímpico no esqui alpino. O Brasil ganhar de 4-0 é fazer um gol cedinho. Olha, tá começando a encaminhar, hein? Tá começando a encaminhar. Brasil largando na frente aqui antes dos 10 minutos. 1 para o Brasil, 0 para a Escócia. Vamos ver como é que a Escócia reage agora. McGinn, chamando o Robertson. McTominay vai lá para a grande área. O Shankland também aguarda o cruzamento. Ele recomeça com o Ferguson. McKenna. Henry. Vai trabalhando mais uma vez com o McLean. Agora é o torcedor brasileiro que vai. O toque de bola, a posse de bola da seleção escocesa. Lançamento na direção do McTominay. Ele já estava armando o voleio, cortou bem pela seleção brasileira ali o Danilo. Aí a briga pela segunda bola. Fica com ela o Ryan, domina, protege, tranquiliza. Danilo só jogando bem por dentro. Matheus Cunha, olha o contra-ataque da seleção brasileira. Disparou o Vini por dentro. Atenção, ele toca na direita pro Bruno Guimarães. Vai invadir a grande área, disparou, chute bloqueado, bate, rebate, a bola tá viva. Insiste, briga por ali o Brasil. E ela fica para a seleção da Escócia, vai tirar o Robertson. Aí o Marquinhos já chega para a cobertura, disputa ali no alto com o Shankland, a história brasileira. Chegamos a 11 minutos do primeiro tempo. 1 para o Brasil, 0 para a Escócia aqui em Miami. Com esse resultado, a seleção brasileira confirmando o primeiro lugar da chave para estrear no mata-mata, estrear na segunda fase da Copa do Mundo na próxima segunda-feira, 2 da tarde em Houston. E o Brasil vai em busca do segundo gol, acelera Ryan, parte para cima, rolou por dentro, Matheus Cunha dominou, disparou, a bola subiu. Mas o melhor início de jogo da seleção brasileira nesses 10 minutos, nas 3 partidas da Copa até aqui. Olha só essa escalação. Tem Cafu, tem Bebeto, tem Carembê, tem Kaká, tem Ronaldo Fenômeno, tem Arsène Wenger, tem o Gianni Infantino aqui embaixo como presidente da CBF. O Stoichkov tá por ali também. Tá, esse camarote aí tá pesado, mas
Esse é pesado de verdade. Mais pesado ainda está a atuação da seleção brasileira. A gente falava em termos de marcação e realmente a marcação hoje está funcionando, pelo menos até agora, da forma, eu acredito, que o treinador está estabelecido.
Gol do Haiti, hein? Olha o Haiti largando na frente aí da seleção do Marrocos. 1 para o Haiti, 0 para o Marrocos. A Escócia tenta vir com o Guerrero. Foi desarmado, chegou bem para a cobertura ali o Gabriel Magalhães. 1 para o Haiti, 0 para a seleção marroquina. Aí o Lucas Paquetá, Matheus Cunha, começa com o Vini, deixou meio na fogueira para o Casemiro, que conseguiu arredondar. Trabalha aí para o Marquinhos.
Início de jogo bem melhor, Evê. A gente tem a posse de bola, a gente consegue dar opção, mais opção de passe, né? O jogador tem a bola, ninguém fica parado, dá mais uma linha de passe, pressiona junto, a gente consegue chegar com mais gente pisando dentro da área, então esse início está sendo muito bom para a nossa seleção.
Observações da Cris Roseira, do Denilson, do Maestro Júnior, o time da Globo lendo o jogo para você. Ali lançamento na direção do Danilo, o Brasil chega bem, o Danilo estica a perna, a bola escapa e vai embora. Como a seleção da Escócia está perdendo aqui para o Brasil,
Could it be that Brazil Maybe one of those teams who start the tournament slowly and then build with momentum and hopefully have a crescendo in the final itself. Remember, they have won the World Cup 5 times winners, but not since 2002. None of the last 5.
They've had to deal with adversity already. Rodrigo couldn't make the tournament. And then Rafinha getting injured in the first match. They do have a lot of great options. He's chosen right out on that side tonight, but cannot give them goals. If you're going to give them goals, they're a very good, experienced team, especially defensively. It's going to be very hard to beat if you're giving away chances like that.
He hasn't played for Brazil for nearly 3 years. Half injuries kept him out of this tournament so far. Just for the first time, the Scotland fans a little stunned. We heard the swirl of the bank lights all around Boston. The people of Boston fell in love with the Scots, and even talk of cities being proud, Glasgow and Boston. Maybe even the Patriots going to play in Scotland. Who knows? Lovely to see that. Certainly the people of that fair city will be rooting for Scotland here, but they've got a lot on their plate. Casemiro. That's play. Danilo. Casemiro again. Vinícius Júnior, by the way, the first Brazilian player to score in all 3 group stage games since both Rivaldo and Ronaldo did it. When Brazil won the World Cup in 2002, also Ronaldo, who's now Jairzinho, scored every game in the World Cup, 1970, including the final. How about that? The Scotland fans are expected quite keen to see him back in the team. He doesn't mind the goal. 20 goals or so this past season for Hearts, and he's moving to Rangers. To find the football in the game after that dramatic start of the proceedings. And then all the way back to Alisson. Lovely feature if you were with us before the game about the way he idolises Brazilian legendary goalkeeper Tartan. 3 World Cups apiece now for those 2. Later on the Fox Networks, Group A concludes with Group of Mexico taking on Czechia on Fox, and South Africa, who are out in South Korea. Fox Group 1 is coming up next on Fox and Fox Group 1. The clock is ticking all the time at this World Cup. There will be a few twists and turns along the way. But not here so far. Robertson Santos in that left back position, recalled after 9 years away. There's always hope, isn't there? Marquinhos. Brazil bossing possession. And with no pressure on them at all with the lead. Little pocket of space in there. Danilo deflects one way. Here's Vinícius Júnior taking on Harrison. He stepped to the good ball there. He did. Excellent defending by Harrison. This is good patience from Brazil. And ultimately they find Cunha who can turn and face forward and start the attack. Cross gets deflected, comes over to Neymar Jr. This is really good job by Harrison to move his feet. Gives away the corner, but still a good result. They need to go in there and remind everybody of the rules. And can't get that they know what the rules are. Don't do that with any other situation in the game. They'll do a very proper wrestling and they'll do them the first half. There we are. Not second line. Scotland can counter here. Here is Carlo. McKeon. McTominay. Big star in Italy now for Napoli, won the title last season. Was up. Barcelona projected well. And Brazil. Big good problems here. It's Vinícius Júnior again. Robertson with the outside of the boot. He got those. That wasn't that close, truthfully. Hang on. World Cup. Those are very okay. He was certainly wanting that at the knockout stages. It's a big miss, really. Scotland need to get started timely involved. He had his first few touches there a long time and turned the ball over. He's a big player for them, and if they want any chance putting this Brazilian backline under pressure, he needs to get involved. He's got a lot of quality.
That fabulous overhead kick ball past Casper Schmeichel. Straight to his little side. We certainly remember the half-beat Denmark and a goal in the million really that was.
Scotland might need something like that here.
Gabriel and Vinícius. It's a good ball here for Ryan. Hendry will run all that well and gets it away.
The running by Bruno Guimaraes has been so good. He's running vertically through the Scottish back line. That time it opened up a massive hole for the to get forward. They're starting to figure out this Scottish defense now. And they're looking more and more dangerous every time they get these Scots.
And you get that, says Patterson to his goalkeeper Angus Gardner, who plays for Scotland but hardly got a look in this season for Nottingham Forest. One substitute appearance in the Premier League all season. And he admits he was probably not the greatest move to go.
just gets his foot in front of Hendry's foot. You could argue possibly it's a foul. Not there on the field, and he's not going to miss the man too there, Brazil.
Well, interesting thing right there was he tried to grab Vinícius round the waist to bring him down, but failed to do that. Had he done that, it would have been a red card for him, I think.
And they're going to try it now. Just
He's checking the goal. He's bringing McTominay now, refereeing expert. What do you think, Bob?
Yeah, if the defender goes to ground, they'll settle it and easier to foul to do. Because Washington is definitely catches the Scottish defender's foot heavily, and therefore it is a foul, technically it's a foul. Because it's an extremely foul, I think this one got chopped off.
Yeah, I agree. I used to do this all the time. Setbacks, I did when they were running towards their goal. Trying to get away with it. That was before the VAR days. So if you got away with it, you got away with it. But I tend to agree with Mark. I do think he's going to get a foul here and call the ball to come. Yeah, I think he just does catch his foot when you watch that carefully back again. And I think Scotland and Jack Hendry are going to get off the hook here. It might not be a turning point. It is really as a foul. In slow motion now.
I'm not sure if he'll call the foul, but still, once it leads back up to the wall, this chance, Scotland no chance to defend it, so therefore that's it.
World Cup coming up, and they're all talking about Vinícius Júnior. One goal for him, and another ruled out. Scotland need to get their act together. Brazil by a goal to them, and it could be worse, but I have the benefit of that VAR decision in their favour. He's still questioning this. This break might come at a perfect time for Scotland.
They need it. I'm sure Steve Clarke is telling his team, cut out little passes throughout the back. You have time further up the field, it's fine. And not give them chances to press us and ultimately score goals like that. Give ourselves a chance. You give yourself no chance when you're doing that. So I'm sure you have a few stern words in for Brazil. They created a whole ton in, but took advantage of one mistake.
and they've been solid always. Scotland trying to away from Samba. Andy Robertson just wanting a reminder about where they play, where we should. It's quite an odd place or time to stop the game, this, with an attacking situation like this long throw coming in for Scotland. And maybe Ireland for a reason. Andy Robertson is leaving Liverpool and probably at the Tottenham Hotspur for the new season. After 9 great years at Anfield, and he's a much loved figure. Lewis Ferguson with a corner kick for Scotland. And the fans at the other end of the stadium expected. Towards the back post and picking up clean shot we got on the end of. Now John McGinn. This is a big chance and not sure I heard it back down across the goal. Fantastic ball from John McGinn. See as it comes in. It's a pretty header. It just tries to cushion it down across the goal. It's ahead of the goal. Taking the flag. Ferguson faces football in Italy for the long year as the captain. I wonder what Steve Clarke said to his guys in that break. Whatever the message was, I think it need to be pretty important there. Tomorrow on Fox, the US going Green Cup so far, facing Turkey in their efforts to win all 3 group stage matches. Coverage 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific time on Fox. Pretty soon, in the knockout stages, the first round of 42. It's injury again. We've been very relieved that VAR call came in his favour. Whatever he felt about VAR before, he loves it now. He's McTominay. Goes down, Carlo off the referee. He's shot again. Robertson to his outside, looking to the left hand of the ball. And the corner to Scotland who are just on the signs of a post in this match. Much better than got McTominay on the ball facing forward. He creates a little space. Let's know his pass is done again. He slides in Robertson down the outside here. Initially appealed for a human ball, and then smiled and really wasn't. But much better from Scotland now. And I saw this on the last quarter now. A couple of players in front of Robertson. Right on top of him. Samba and one other. I'm actually surprised they didn't put it right on top of the goalkeeper. Maybe they will this time. Now they've got 4 Carlo in there. What a couple is cross off the goalkeeper because that will be good fun. Crowd being dangerous. 15 degrees in the front post. Coming again. Anderson. And the final way through. Starting at least. Trying to get there's only 1 or 2 more uncomfortable runs. And that's the time. The one who quickly gets the ball away. Ferguson for a long momentum. To stop in the throw again. You see that little leg behind the leg here from McTominay with the ball, and like he said, whatever Steve Clarke said during the break, certainly lit a fire. This has been much better now from Scotland. He's really coached course, a bit more discomfort for the Brazilian defence on these set pieces. Vinícius Júnior the first header, and he got the free kick as well, so it comes to nothing. Again, I think Lewis Ferguson can be a little more aggressive. He could have run on top of the outside. There's a lot of big bodies in there. And it just made it a little too easy for Brazil to defend those corners. Robertson on the header. McTominay. There's an old hit in that midfield. With Adrian to do steps in the curtains. Not Nathan Patterson. Really got down both into the game here, but here he is. He's done well this time. I'm really clear. Now. Ancelotti, Champions League winner, and his player and manager. In all 5 of Europe's top leagues, that's achievement. There's such a bad foul by Lewis Ferguson, and you got Vinícius Júnior running back towards his own goal, pressure on him. You foul him, and now you relieve all the pressure for Brazil. They've been under it for the last few minutes. Just remembering the big picture, even a 1-0 defeat, which is where we are at the moment, might just be enough for Scotland to sneak a position as one of the 8 best third-place teams. Junior with a lovely spin behind, and the right he did defend one of the goals well, but that time from Scotland, they did shut the door. Wins convinced the German from the kick. But I wonder about that, but the only one in the game, Romney going for the attacking side. Captain Bill. Sometimes in the countries where there is, instead of giving a foul, which I think he could have given a foul by Rayan against the Scottish defender, he just decided to give a goal kick. So there's net say out there. Clearly not a goal kick. Yeah. Shankly with some good work there. McLean's effort charged in. Ferguson as well, and we're probably thinking with you might as well grab a lottery ticket. Just starting to hustle Brazil out of their swagger. McTominay, a good ball, and Clarke. Easily going by Marquinhos and shooting, that made a good run. What Scotland can't afford is any more mistakes. Robertson. Vinícius is enjoying being reunited with Carlo Ancelotti, isn't he? He's over at Real Madrid, coach. Vinícius. The really parts every time he gets the ball, and the Brazilian fans. Again, Scott McTominay
possess, just not been good enough, and that's a really poor decision by Randy. They had 3v3 or 4v3. Needed to find one more pass. Could have been in a much better spot.
James Gorman, the authorised crew, will be on Fox tonight. I might be wrap up today's World Cup action with special guests, our own Rebecca Lane and Virgil van Dijk on Fox at midnight. Keeping Rebecca busy.
We had it on podcast this morning. She is busy woman.
Miss Ferguson. Back and Shankland. Robertson. Kennington wants it back again. Still hits it slightly. Maybe it's number 3. Yes, the Brazilian Ronaldo. Golden Boot winner in 2002 with 8 goals. Plus a few more games to stumble, one more anyway to win the World Cup. So could take maybe 10, 12 for Ray Messi and Mbappe and Holland are going to make it 14. And Cristiano Ronaldo's joined the party, isn't he now? It's back here. And Vinícius is, that's what he was saying the other day in the interview. Cunha now for Brazil. Leading on goals and an early goal from Vinícius Júnior. So half point by Scotland. Morocco equalised and the other game was still going on at exactly the same time. That's 1-1. And the pass ball in. There's the standings as it stands. If the results want to hold now, Brazil top the group, and that's what they usually do at World Cups. They've won the last 11 groups that they've been in at the World Cup, and they've advanced from the group the last 14 World Cups, going back to 1966, when a few people got their kicking power out of the tournament, and they succeeded. He's trying a lot of games to improve with the yellow and red cards. It just wouldn't happen now. He can get away with it. It's hard to say what back then. The fans can relax at the moment. We'll get coming up, the Visa half-time show on Fox. Comfortable enough so far for the Brazilians. As comfortable as it can be when the margin's only one. Will be a big one, still out there. Couple of feet away, but clever. Was never any conviction about it. He sort of last minute said, alright, well, I guess I'll shoot. Never got it out of his feet because of that. Shoved it wide. Did I say a couple of feet? A couple of yards, isn't it? Yeah. This is a little broken behind, this time is Scotland defence up clearly enough. And been pretty young. He only started one game all through the season. He scored Bournemouth, that was in the league. Angels kept him down, of course. So he started more games in this World Cup than he did. He started all through the past season. Santos, trying to Vinícius again. Scots if they did. Usually lets the referee know what he feels. Vinícius Júnior has a conversation with him. Still going on. Pleasant enough. A bit of game management going on here by Brazil. They know they have the lead. Meanwhile, Haiti has scored again and he's going to get the line. And leave that 2 goals for 1. Extraordinary. Unfortunately for Scotland, they lost to Morocco, so they would need to win the game to finish second. So even if they equalize, they wouldn't put them in second, but of course it would put them in a great spot to qualify as third. Yeah. And 4 points would do it. They're a long way from achieving anything like that. 20 to midnight in Scotland. Not many people, I think, will have gone to bed. I think we've even let the kids stay up for this in Glasgow and Edinburgh and Aberdeen and Dundee. Samba on the sky. And speaking in the English, this is it, pick it up again. Is catching it again. Júnior, causing problems. This comes off a more direct ball through the middle there. Then he picks up the pieces, runs into depth here, and somehow Ferguson all the way back on his line. Patterson was there as well, but big bullet dodge there for Scotland. Good work by Lewis Robertson, central midfield man to be back there. And watch go again. McTominay releases again. The Scotland will need to sharpen their teeth in this game to get back into it. There's been a situation where everybody's checking their smartphones, see what's going on in the other game. What might be enough to advance. Well, they just showed the score here, that Haiti scored to go up 2-1, and the Brazilian contingent very, very happy to see that. As I'm sure Carlo Ancelotti is. Well, I think Haiti played really well. Yeah, they did. Yeah. Tremendous performance from a country that haven't played at home for 5 years because of the problems in their own country. And Ferguson again. And then they get in, and they've got space there. Shatland here. Promising. And the Clarke and goes to the floor. Maybe the strong players and put it to that out. Shatland. They're putting in mind drop with John McGinn. He's played a starring role as Aston Villa won the Europa League. He's Marquinhos, winner of course of the last 2 Champions Leagues with Paris Saint-Germain. Vinícius just got the free kick. And it's got to 2-2 in our game. It's Morocco Haiti there. All happening there. It's from here. Inside, that's going to turn up and
Robertson did a great job ball pressing. Look at this ball.
Quite simply bring Neymar along and give him a little workout after his fairly long monumental victory. Here's McGinn for Scotland. They need to show something. They should have him down it. A bit of a free kick here, but he's not track approaches. The chemistry between Neymar and Vinny Jr. They locked eyes. Vinny knew where the ball was going. Time has run perfectly. Started there. Led to the far post. What a fantastic service from Neymar. A simple header by Vinny to make it 2-0. Scotland in danger of getting out of this World Cup with a winner. Andy Robertson. Tables on way back and then Gavin looks at the really control of it, blocked. Then you'll be thinking about a hat-trick, won't you now? A World Cup hat-trick. Who's putting a stylish display. And brilliance from Brazil as well. As they start to tell on the side, look at this touch by Ryan. Unfortunate balls on his weaker right foot. Fantastic save by SCO. Keeps his left hand strong and pushes it wide. Corner to Brazil. Looking to look see he was coming up and did very good. Douglas Santos is blocked Scotland at the moment and Santos around. I think it's fair to say. I think they need this half time right now.
save and the second game. He makes the second goal of the game. He's got 4 at this tournament, 13 overall. Morocco has peaked finally in Atlanta. Back and forth, back and forth. This is actually, you think it would be a goal for Lee Joseph. Most of these it's a goal too, but when you look at it, actually it's going out of bounds. It's off the goalkeeper's back. Goes in for a goal on the field. 11th own goal of this tournament for the European Netherlands. First two goals around the box and scoring for this game. His 12th international goal by his 99th international appearance, but as you mentioned, back and forth, which means QB and another goal in the 43rd. And this one is from downtown. He gets a turn on this Isabel and says, I'm just going to smack this one. And it's not sure he does. The upper 99. Goodness, look at this thing go. Yeah, we see you, my friend. We see you. And then the old push for the scoring. He's made some ball score. He's still going to tournament. And equalize again today. 4 goals in this one, tied for the most in the first half of this World Cup. So here's how the Group C currently sits. Brazil on top, and Morocco in second. Both those teams, as of now, advancing. Scotland in 3rd place. Haiti kicking it off the first. Mexico has scored the top spot in the A. Later tonight, they try to make it 3 straight wins as they take on Shakira. Scotland was on second half next. Greatness doesn't happen by chance.
me now back out to Miami, Ian and Lennon with the second half ball.
Yeah, thanks so much indeed, Rob. But one of the little subplots here is Scotland's position at the moment. They are among the 8 best third places who will go through to the round of 32. In fact, they are 6th on that list, but there are teams below them who can improve their position, and they need to improve their own position here now, don't they, really?
Yeah, it's important to remember that 1 goal moves them up to 4th, and 2 goals moves them to the top of that, even though they finished 3rd on 4 points, they moved up to the top of that list. So there's still a lot to play for, but it's a precarious position because the more they go try to get that goal, the easier it is for Brazil to counter. And if they leave big spaces in the back, this Brazilian team will kill them. So they've got to be smart and do it in a mature way.
I wonder what Steve Clarke, the Scotland manager, said at half-time. It would have needed to be something inspirational. They need to produce a special 45 minutes here, error-free. And they need to somehow beat the shuffles on this man, Vinícius Júnior. Scoring against Brazil isn't easy, and you got a hat-trick against them. Jacksonville, Scotland.
Brazil, I did score against Brazil.
Against Scotland.
And I did score in the Confederations Cup final, right?
You did?
So like this Brazil.
You've already got them, haven't you? Continues on here. We started the last game, the Celtic play. Robertson, the captain, who's come off the team Juventus' usual spot at left back, is deployed a little further forward in the last game.
You have to assume some sort of injury, right? I mean, can't imagine him taking any Robertson off at this point.
You would think so. We might find out a little bit later about that. It's up to Rich Shelton. He's right to keep possession for his team up the pitch. Now it's John McGinn. His team's first involvement. And a lot of the fans, they really asked him as well, as they're up here in TV. He's so grounded and ego-free. He even turned up with his kids in his shopping bag one day. They were tube trained. Two seconds going through the following good picture. Brazil all set to top this group as Morocco scored a stackful of goals in the second half of their game, or less. Scotland bounce back here. Vinícius Júnior.
So just going back, I'm going to tell people I scored a hat-trick.
They'll really believe you that Robertson is wrong. He's captain here, who could be playing regularly in this game. Where is he? Will be joining into Miami? Vinícius Júnior for one season has still plenty of life. That is very much a key figure in this Brazil side since Ancelotti took the reins.
He's really important in how they play and just sits in front of the two center backs. Deals with all sorts of situations. Puts out fires constantly and he's got a note. The conduit to their attack. He's been very good tonight again.
Brazil are showing here, as a lot of talk always, t-shirts talk really about sound of football, but I think Carlo Ancelotti is very, very keen that they're good out of possession as well. He's made that point in 3 World Cup games, if only would be vital.
the kind of strikers we're seeing terrorizing defences and this tournament generally. McKenna and Andrew will have to feed it backwards and it's gone. He's been pushed out. Brian was a Scotland goalkeeper as well, and Norwich City stalwart of old.
Step to that point, and you have to say over the last several World Cups, a bit of the problem with Brazil has been almost like Swiss cheese, like defense at times with big holes, and now they just seem so solid and very comfortable sitting in their half.
And when they don't have the ball, they're working very, very hard to get it back. Tierney will do it again.
From the Scots. A little warning sign there for Brazil. This is a fantastic ball. Bends around the center backs. McTominay arrives late into the box. Portuguese hits it right into Alisson's waiting hands. Much better than Scotland.
Able to send the Tartan Army home at least proud of the performance. I think some of the Scots fans thought their side could actually win this game. They did want a positive performance from the team. I don't think they really got it in the first half if they're being brutally honest. Too many errors. Away from the Fox networks, American 30 months ago, it was Czechia, South Africa against South Korea, Fox Sports 1. Hendrick is well enough there. Coming up next, those games, Group A. McTominay header was the first ever on target 200 minutes for Scotland since McGinn's goal against Haiti. Yeah. It's an issue. Continues to be one. Patterson's ball is only Shackleton's run in there. Do you think they play with a little bit of an inferiority complex here?
It does feel like it. There's also an element in it's emotional. These tournaments are emotional. To do it 3 times in a row. Haiti is a good team by the way. Against 3 good teams, it's very difficult.
That was a peach of a pass from Pakistan to Bondi. He keeps losing that defense, doesn't he?
Vinícius Júnior made a couple of those runs in the first half. He was waiting for the ball and he slid alongside the center back. And that time, Pakistan, perfect weight. He just couldn't get enough on it to slide it past it. He's got lots of them well.
Sending the defenders out for a cup of coffee, as they say. Tierney with the footstool forward. Talented player. Tierney seemingly had good crossing over from McTominay a few moments ago. That is a let-off, but all the credit in the world to having this done for saving that. Because I really do think that would have been curtains for Scotland if it went to 3. McTominay, Patterson, which will run to still moves so far. Good movement over with the right back, joining the attack.
Yeah, it's actually remarkable. It is. I think he might know that stat about Pelé. He wants to equal the legend.
Since that hat-trick, there have been 34 hat-tricks by players from other nations in the lifetime,
Including one by Brazil's nemesis, Argentina's Lionel Messi this time.
Yep. Something running all right. I saw several others. Germany might be this year's Scots coming almost from nowhere. Missed it on the mark 3 times already. Here's Kenny McLean. Clearly, they are going to need rubbish from midfield, something to surprise Brazil.
Well, it's all just a bit slow if I can use another food analogy because I'm hungry. A little bit of syrupy. It's just kind of dripping from side to side as opposed to cutting through it like this.
Anderson to Shanklin. Good morning. It's there. And looking up again. Running penalty in the game. And Mexico players not impressed.
Well, this one's going to be interesting because it looked like there was certainly contact there. He's pretty resolute in it.
Calling Mark Clayton there. What do you think there, Mark?
I think once he goes inside, he does feel a little bit of contact, but then he throws himself to the floor. Football's a contact sport, and I don't think that contact justifies a penalty.
Yeah, I agree with that, actually seeing it again. The first glance when you saw it, there was certainly contact, but not enough there to warrant a penalty.
And I think the appeal was sort of half-hearted as well, which is always a bit of a giveaway. He's the experienced Danilo in the sort of the right back position problem. And looks to use his pace. McTominay was just caught a little bit by the trailing boot there, but that's nothing of it. Scan the QR code on the screen to vote for the Nicole ultra superior player of the match. Man in possession now with Samba candidate Vinícius. Vinícius carried on with the run. That's reminiscent of 1 or 2 things we've seen in the past in the World Cup.
He was anticipating right out, continuing his run, but it almost felt for Vinny Jr. If he had just laid it off behind his leg, Vinícius Jr. had a full goal to look at. And likely would have sealed his hat-trick.
Tartan was quiet as I've known them. Most of it on the goal to the left. Hansen finger there. Hansen Ronaldo. He would quite like to sign him, wouldn't he? Yeah, exactly. He'd like to party as well, from what I've heard. Wouldn't be the only footballer I've heard that was true. Certainly not one of his own. Exactly. They're always there when it matters, as we've seen countless times. Here's Danilo. Now Reina. Not a trip of English family. Reina finished in the World Cup age 19. Just imagine it. Lovely idea. Just a bit too much too soon for Danilo.
Here's that ball by Paquetá, going right down the side of the Scottish centre back. Vinny just can't get enough on it. Ultimately, a really good save by Ancelotti.
You were still in room for those, don't you? Perfect weight. Dropped in behind Ryan. Vinny's down. Vinny's got his block. And then Paquetá gets him away. He's taken him to the right way. He's getting himself. He's straight Scotland fans winning things everywhere they go. Which is true in Germany. We just need a bit more from the players. What's Scotland do here? Manipulating a goal difference of -2 and 3 points might just be enough.
Well, they do, because they know -3 really hurts. -4 is probably a dagger. So you almost get the sense that both teams would be content with this result in a weird way. But like I said, it's a precarious position because as they tire.
World Cup as well. He's in that golden boot race too. Júnior. Just a modest celebration. Carlo Ancelotti.
Yeah, just following up on the point about Scotland. That's the challenge, and they look like they were starting to get a little heavy-legged. Some bigger gaps opening up. I think emotionally at times, physically, certainly they're drained. This has been a very difficult group to navigate.
They won't have that dilemma anymore, that stifle twist, because I think 3 points and a -3 goal difference. And it's going to be a dagger to the heart, really, for their hopes. Tierney, right here on that left-hand side. And that's the first yellow card to Danilo, who took Tierney out right on the edge of the box. Now he went another goal. Was it just outside? Or was it on the line?
It appeared to be just outside, and it's a really bad tackle. As Tierney gets on the end of this, give him go.
Looks outside, Mark, doesn't it?
Yeah, the helmet's just outside, but with the tackle, even if it continues inside, it's still given outside, which only clearly that if it carries on inside, it's a penalty. So even that tackle starts outside, and even if it does carry on inside, it's still given outside the penalty area.
Yellow, Danilo. Can't complain about that either. Scotland needs something now. They really do. Attacking run. Where all those blue-shirted fans are gathered. The other one in there. Kilts. Representing the various clans of Scotland.
This is to be hit hard.
And that's exactly what Ferguson does. Quick forward ball. Anderson will quickly do it as a lower to the handle.
That's the right service. They just need a few Scottish players in front of him to screen him. It was a little too easy for him to see, but the right strike by Ferguson there. Or Patterson.
He's looking to the left. Offside. He knew it, we knew it. There were about 65,000 witnesses. You see it here. Good job by the Scottish back line. Keeping it offside. Tierney's been very good in getting the ball out of his feet and putting the Brazilian back line under pressure with those crosses. McTominay rose on that one. Headed it back where it came from. Allison down strong to his right to keep it out. Down doesn't really got into it, nothing away. Scotland with home. Brazil have got pretty solid back there. Even when McTominay got close though with his header. Yeah, it's so hard for bowlers. They're moving left across the ball to flat and get back to the right. McTominay did the right thing. He headed back where it came from. Allison was up to the task. Martinelli on Arsenal. He's about to get a round here. It's a pack of tires. Come off the Vinícius on for Casemiro as well. Like switch. The economy of Liverpool, of course. Lots of good games in the early red outfit. He's McKenna, who's trying to really at the start of proceedings set Scotland an even bigger task than they had already. Looks like in 13 big tournaments they are ever going past the group stage, and this has to do something about their job difference in the closing stages here. Strong cover. Tierney. Brazil starting to look like quite a useful blend of silk and steel, aren't they?
Yeah, you asked me in the last game that we covered with Brazil, it's come a little too soon for Carlo Ancelotti, but it feels like every minute they get more and more comfortable, and they do have a lot of experienced players, a lot of flash and flare up the field, and quality and efficiency up the field. And by the way, some good ones on the bench still, Neymar, of course, amongst others.
Might you see him short now under Fabinho.
Really looking deep and playing it for his first goal scorer. Solved a little bit of a problem. They're not improved from going through this as the authentic number 9 as they did in the opening game. I prefer the extra movement that Cunha gives them. All this after Brazil were now dropped off only 5th in South America qualifying. The qualifying's one thing, the tournament itself strong another. You're starting to look pretty good here. And you can see 1 goal so far, scored by Sagiri and Morocco.
Brazil in the boxing here, 3-0 ahead. And very much the star of the show so far is Vinícius Júnior. Scotland are looking at elimination. It's interesting and a bit more interesting.
Well, they say in the World Cups that every goal is so crucial. Even if you don't win a game or you tie a game, every goal always matters. And it's exacerbated now with the expanded format. So many teams are going to get knocked out, probably by one goal, which is really a hard pill to swallow if you gave up the battle somewhere along the way.
Neymar is waiting to get the call from Carlo Ancelotti. He's looking longingly along the touchline towards Ancelotti's taking a swig of a couple of drinks. This is the kind of situation that really wanted to just doing the first taste of the World Cup action this year anyway.
And he is warming up now individually with the performance but by himself as the others are standing. So I assume he is coming in soon here. You know, I mean, it's not straightforward. People think it's Neymar. Of course, he played, but for Carlo Ancelotti, there's a psychological piece too. There's other players on the team who have been around training, in qualifying. You're not just throwing him in. It's probably why we put Martinelli and Fabinho in first. You have to really think about it. How it plays to the rest of the team. As you can hear from the ground, he is getting ready to come up.
Champion and McTominay. It was really a moment for Scotland to make a go back, and they need to make a go back.
A big chance here from McTominay. He's just had a poor night. He's got so much more quality than he's shown tonight. This is a top
Enter the stage. Neymar, a lot of people wonder whether he would even get picked. Ancelotti did. They give him his flags. Injury problems. He's never played beyond the quarter-final of the World Cup. He was injured for that semi when Germany thrashed Brazil 7-1 in 2014. About to play his fourth World Cup. Topping the Brazil list of goal scorers in 79 and second in the list of appearance numbers on 1-2 records. That's come 1-2-9. It's the first time that he will ever be a substitute at the World Cup. No surprise he will not be working for the starting lineup. These are different guys. Martinelli. Vinícius again. McTominay.
This is a weird comment to make, and I realize that it comes out of my mouth, but this is a really important 20 minutes or so for Neymar because, yes, it's a nice appearance that he gets back in and the crowd will be happy, but can he become a real figure as they go forward and cause problems for other teams? Because what a substitute that would be to have come off the bench as you get further in the tournament.
Well, you have to believe, don't you, that Carlo Ancelotti believes he can still do it, he can still be a factor.
Yeah, he wouldn't have brought him otherwise. And this is a perfect situation to get him in and see how it goes.
Hasn't really done well in the second half since he came on. He really has nearly everything coming down that side. These fans don't want to see their team die at this World Cup without something of a fight. There's some big punch, good decision. Once again, team cross.
put him in now, and I think a set piece coach said, he's not putting it yet. We need to defend this corner for him. Still waiting. I'm waiting for like 4 minutes. Neymar. Corner. Well, listen now, ladies and gentlemen. Quite the wrong. Now they'll be bringing some of the sharpening up exercises that Clarke been doing for the past few weeks. This is the first time he's actually been available to play. Fabinho. Morocco now leading in that other game in this group against Haiti. Not match Brazil's goal differences to deep draw in the head-to-head. So Brazil will still maybe a little better goal difference. And that's going to change much. Morocco going to the second place in the group. With Brazil today, Andy? Yeah, let's be honest, Scotland gave away a couple goals, and I'd like to see what this match looks like without Scotland self-destructing in a couple moments. But Brazil has so much quality, and they have been the best. Just started creeping in on his near post. Just been too good. Neymar with the corner kick. McTominay took the header away. Ran, couldn't quite control it. Yeah, I thought he called Johnny in there for the free kick. By the way, the last time Scotland played Brazil, 2-0 win for Brazil. Who got both the goals? Neymar. It's an interesting choice by him. He opens his hips as if he's going to go to the far post and closes the gate there, tries to beat Angus Gunn to his near post. He did a great job not messing there. Tomorrow on Fox, the US facing Turkey, and they make it 100% in that group. They could well. Our coverage begins at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on Fox. Turkey already eliminated. Bit surprisingly, really. Okay. Neymar, the second right back, he's got He's got 3 assists now. He's joint top of the assist total for this World Cup. Alongside Isaac of Sweden, Michael Olise of France. We've done 2 other games now, and it makes them dangerous, especially with Cunha. He comes into the midfield, makes it really uncomfortable for center backs and central midfielders to deal with. Then you've got Vinícius Júnior wide on one side, right on the other side. But Paquetá and Bruno Guimaraes, the big keys for me is we're getting forward into the attack the right away, and a lot of quality from good ball played across the goal now. Vinícius just got ahead of himself a little bit. Couldn't make good contact.
Christie there. He's going to come on. And Anthony Robertson, the Celtic right back. He's not the first choice right back. Europe has taken the back. So it looks like he's got a bit of a knock. He had a horrible job today, really, trying to look after Vinícius. And that's coming down goal. And the hopes that he might be a bit of a difference maker for Scotland, but it didn't really happen. Frustrated in his attempts to cross it down the field. Nicely run, all past the goal. Very young back there. What he was doing, stop the attack without opening short place. Still time for Scotland to sneak what might be a very important goal for them when the final mathematics are done in the third place counter.
It's very true. As demoralized as they are right now, you need to hold it together for 10 minutes, not concede. If you can find a way to get a goal, it could mean a difference.
He's going to, Lewis Ferguson, he's going to take it. Christie, going to get a goal straight away. Lost his place in the starting lineup today. Another Bournemouth player at the World Cup. Sign of the times that qualified for Europe as well. McKean, now battling on that right-hand side. McTominay. Again, the yellow shots. Trying to press him out of possession. Very impressive. Christie wins the foul post. Shepman's in there. Look at that. I can't do that here, big deal. And here's Neymar. Just a bit of a rust-shedding exercise for Neymar here. And maybe more. We'll see. Brazil have always looked in control of this. And the winner of this group, that will be Brazil, will take a runner-up the group F. Netherlands, Japan, or Sweden. Awaiting that. It seems in that group will be thinking, well, we can't defeat Brazil next. To win the group. We're going to be intrigued as we go on. There's Martinelli. And Danilo arose now from the Brazil fans, who can be very critical. It's a bit of a chaotic existence. The national team in Brazil. So much debate, so much interest, so much controversy all the time, so many expectations. Is this the team to kind of end the bad times? Hendrick Strange, that's okay. Brazil with another free kick. Nice one. That was shocking. Back defending that time. Did the job. each other. And Gabriel is thinking, I had a chance to score the World Cup there. Did too.
Like it had ice for that far post as well. Yeah, good block. I saw David sipping wine up there.
He has no play.
He's so classy. He doesn't drink beer when it comes to a football game. Sure, it's not cheap wine.
Oh, you played with him.
Yeah. Members of cause. I never saw him drink.
Well, he was playing, right?
Enjoying his life. As he should.
Brazil, in truth, sauntering to victory here. Gabriel, the way it was. Neymar. James Gordon, the after-hours crew will be on Fox tonight. Another nightly wrap of today's World Cup action. Special guests Rebecca Lowe and Virgil van Dijk. That's on Fox midnight local. Scotland are going to bring on the young winger, Finley Curtis, age 19, who's done work for Kilmarnock on loan this past season from Rangers. And he'll be back at Ibrox in the new season. Vinícius keeps Scots long challenge. Starting to turn it on at times, Brazil, with their movement around the edge of that box. It's been a little too much for Scotland. Many times Scotland have foiled Brazil at the World Cup back in 74, a 0-0 draw in Frankfurt. And a very young Kenny Dalglish was playing. And he's not been well, and we wish him very, very well in his health battle. Still joint top scorer for Scotland in history, alongside the wondrous Kelly Saw. It's McGinn. Dug out across pretty well there. Robertson was. He's trying to resign. Adams left back today. It's going to come on short as if he can get that goal that might just change the arithmetic for Scotland. Morocco now 4-2 up in against Haiti, so they've improved their goal difference a little, but they need another 3 to get in Brazil. Christian's had a yellow card and he just come off. Neymar with a free kick, chance of assist, isn't it? Waiting there, put the wrong side. Neymar has it again. Little flashback there.
Little deception there. I thought he was going to flip it to the far post and stay after the shoot. Latest gun wasn't pulled by it.
Barcelona game, and we need 3 in the last 6 minutes against Paris Saint-Germain to turn the tie around. Neymar got the game by the scruff of the neck, and in the next 6 minutes they did get the 3 goals.
I think that'll happen here.
They don't need it, do they? Scoring the game, and just a little excerpt of what he can do when he's fully sharp and at his best. Which won't be yet. 6 minutes of additional time here. Adams and Curtis still waiting to come on. Shackman is one of those to make way. To get off the pitch, goes in 10 seconds from the time the ball goes up. And John McGinn too. Morocco now know it's not quite finished yet, but they're on their way into the round of 32 as well. Ferguson. Not too tired. It's a very humid night here in Miami. Unsurprisingly, really, Tina's long throw. Neymar. Very good intervention. Free kick, Brazil.
Well, we're shaping up for a fantastic round of 32 matchup. If the results in the Netherlands group hold, it could be a Morocco-Netherlands round of 32 match. Tasty one there.
Yeah, there'll be plenty of tasty games up in, because it goes to straight knockout of this group phase. Settled, is it? But you'd be a bit surprised if 3 points and a -3 goal difference would be good enough for Scotland. Fabinho. And one of the stories of this game, apart from the fate of Scotland, though, is Brazil are improving, I think, all the time now. Starting to find what you might call an ominous rhythm.
Real timing in the best Brazil teams. Yes, they're talented players, but they just look like a real team, a real committed group. And this group is starting to look like that. You have to put that down to Carlo Ancelotti. He's a master at that, and they look the part right now.
Yeah, I think he's really good at getting the mentality right for his teams.
So you couple that with great players, which they have, and that's a very dangerous combination for the team to do.
Credit too to his assistant Paul Clement. He's worked with Carlo Ancelotti before. And a game of golf with him once in fashion. Not surprisingly, most people do. Taken quickly, Ferguson to play it down, touch of ground a little bit. And he's worked very hard in that midfield, he really has, I think. Lewis Ferguson today. And if Scotland do score now, normally it's just a consolation. It isn't. Not in this situation, the way this World Cup is constructed. One goal could be a crucial thing for their goal difference. Wasn't Apples Wilson was closing in, they didn't quite get there. Corner kick, bringing Dino Archer as he did the key defending. You still might be belting out that song. Yes, sir, I think they'll be the Scottish fans when they've got over the disappointment. have been trying to improve their goal difference with a late rally. But they've been denied a couple of times now by Allison in trying to do that. But it's a game really where Brazil are coasted towards the points that are going to take them top of this group. And that's particularly
the ball from John again. See as it comes in. The free header just tries to cushion it down across the ball. It's ahead of a goal.
Kenny the flag. Robertson defenses football in Italy for a long year as a captain. Steve Clarke said this guys did not go. Whatever the message was, you need to go quickly improvement. Tomorrow on Fox, the US going to drink out.